Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know? Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what?
All right. Say What podcast. We are back. I am your girl, the CEO Shakima, and we are back for episode 39. Like, for some, it's a small number, but for me, it's a huge number because I've been doing this for a while. And, I would have liked to have hundreds of podcasts, but episodes, but life's. And, we still hanging in there. So hats off to all of my chameleons who've been rocking with me from day one. Thank you for all of your support and your dedication and all the love that you pour into me. I see your DMs. I see your messages and your comments. So thank you. So if you're not following us, make sure you follow us on the Say What podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and of course the CEO Shakima on Instagram and Shakima D Ford on Facebook. I got to give Whitfield his shout out for the song that is so fitting of me and my personality. And he also did the song on the Boss Moms podcast too. So we're going to always rock out until the wheels fall off. But this is going to be a fun episode. I'm just going to kind of like talk about like just the current events in my life because a lot has been going on. I'm still doing well, still hanging in there, but just kind of wanted to just kind of like keep you guys up to date because, my goal is to be transparent with everyone and let you know that, I don't care who do you think, someone is, but everybody goes through something. Everybody is going through something and you don't know what people are being faced with when they're, phone is down and their doors are closed to their homes and they're no longer on social media. I'm human, right? So we're going to take this episode and I'm just going to catch you guys up. And I know years from now, I'll listen to this episode and just be like, whew, thank you, Lord. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about, first off, because this is first and foremost in my life, when it comes to the spirituality, still trusting in God, still anchored in God's word and God's promises, still in constant contact with God through prayer, and meditation. I'm not even going to hold you. I've had to go into my prayer closet several times. I mean, several, can't even count how many times, and have those snotty nose cry outs, on my bending knee, God, I need you. And I still need him. So as far as that goes, when it comes to my spirituality, that's where I am, still trusting in God, still believing in his word and his promises to me. And, although sometimes I do feel stuck in certain aspects of my life, and I feel like I'm doing, everything I can to get there, but sometimes it just feel like the world is working against me, and I'm just being honest and transparent, and I just have to go to God and look, have that conversation with him, and ask him the things that I'm going through, God, what is it that you want me to see? What is it that you want me to learn? Who is it that you want me to leave behind? And those are hard conversations to have, because sometimes when you have to leave someone behind, that can be a hard pill to swallow. And as my dad always say, be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it. But, that's life. That's the journey of life. That's the progression That's growth. So yeah, still trusting in God for him to do what he said he's going to do. And at the same time, thanking him for what he has already done, because he's done some amazing things in my life. And, looking back over my life, I knew that it was nobody but God, and that he definitely has big plans for me, because he wouldn't have brought me this far. So I have to keep reaffirming myself, because your mind can get a little busy. So I have to keep reminding myself that God loves me, and that he'll never forsake me. And you have to go through things. That's just a part of life. That's just the way it was written. That's just the way it is. And it's not the other side that's hard. It's the journey that you have to take to get there. And that journey is never, ever going to be pretty. And I thank God, because I know I've been through a lot, from my childhood on. And I'm going to share that later on, in some episodes. Trust me, it's coming. But whew, that's all I'm going to say. It just wasn't a pretty journey. And I talked about it on my Boss Moms podcast, but just thinking about the sacrifices, you know, definitely not pretty. But I don't want to stay there long. But I'm just saying that to say the journey is never going to be pretty. And just thank God that you don't look like what you've been through, because even though I feel like I've been through hell and I've been through the fire, I can honestly say I don't look burned and I don't smell like smoke. So thank God for that. All right, we're gonna move on, because I can stay there. I can stay there this whole episode, talking about the goodness of the Lord. But all right, my financials. My financials. I did invest in Bitcoin some years ago. So, just kind of waiting to see what's coming from that. I was told just invest and don't do anything. So let's see. I may get a couple dollars from it, and I may not. I had two investments. One I did lose big time on, and this one I haven't lost yet. So we'll see. I don't even know enough to talk about it, to tell you guys to do it or what to do. I was just told by someone who I trusted and respected, maybe about 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago, to put some money into it and just let it sit and don't move it. And that's what I did. So we'll see. I don't know. I'll keep you guys posted. If I become the next billionaire, you may never hear from me again. I don't know, but we'll see. It is what it is. I'm looking to invest in more things. I'm still promised my oldest one, who's 12 now. By the time he turns 13, he'll have a property. And I'm still holding myself accountable to that, still holding to that, still working towards that. And it's not going to be something, no $2 million home or no $200,000 home or anything like that. But it will be a small investment property for him to have. And then when Carter turns 13, he'll get one too. So still, trusting in God for that, and doing what I need to do when it comes to that. Still trying to, save money and not spend all the money I have. At the same time, I will say I'm much better with money than I was years ago, but still not perfect when it comes to it. Like I said, I do value, having money. I don't worship it, but I do value it as a resource, because it's a great resource to have. And in this world, unfortunately, if you don't have money, you don't have anything. Love don't pay bills. I'm sorry. So you got to do what you got to do there. And it's like, seeing things that I want. I've been, learning to tell myself, no, you don't need everything. You walk in your closet and you got everything. To someone else, but to you, you have nothing. So just at the same time, being thankful and grateful that I do have what I have, and not, taking it for granted. But at the same time, like I said, still trying to save money and not spend all the money that I have, and trying to financially get through this divorce, And I'll talk about that later on in some episodes too, once this is all over, but it's costing a gazillion amount of dollars. But that's a whole nother story. Work is going good. My career is going good. Looking to progress to the next level, and doing what I need to do with that. Touching up on my skills. My goal is to be a better leader, a better engineer every single day. So doing things that helps me work on my craft. And I'm going to share something with you that I shared on my Instagram. And once you realize this, it won't hurt as bad. It's still going to hurt because it's a harsh reality, but that's just our reality. Especially as a Black woman in corporate America, you'll realize that you can walk the same pace and you'll still only come up with less, right? And you can run twice as fast. You can run twice the speed while they walk, and you'll still only come up with half. I hate saying that because it's just not fair, but life isn't fair. So keep that in mind as you're on that ladder and you're climbing. But I do what I need to do. I do more. I do extra because that's just the reality of things. But work is still going good. Still able to have a wonderful team, a dynamic team, and work with people that I enjoy working with. So life is good. Don't travel half as much as I used to, hardly ever really, and I'm okay with that. So work is good, but I do enjoy traveling though, because when I have to travel for 2 days or 3 days, sometimes no days, but even though I may be exhausted from work, but I'm refreshed as a mom. And I don't care what nobody tells you, as a parent, especially as a single parent, you have to recharge and you have to refresh. Unfortunately, sorry guys, I'm trying to drink some tea. But as a single mom, you have to refresh and recharge in the midst of everything else that you have to do. So, when I do have to go for work a day or 2 days or 3 days, I get to recharge and refresh as a mom, although I'm still a mom because, FaceTime, doing homework or a doctor's appointment, on FaceTime, like fully hands-on with my kids, whether I'm with them or not. So yeah, that's work. My, kind of like fitness journey still ongoing, guys. I, hop on the Peloton every now and again. It's like I can do great for 2 weeks straight. I mean, like go hard, lift a couple weights. And what I've noticed too, honestly, like since I had my breast reduction back in 2019, I went from a 42 double D to now it was a 36C, and now I'm a 38D, but that's fine because I'm cool with them. I don't have to wear a bra if I don't want to. But I noticed that like when it rains or it's cold, like my upper body aches, and I feel like I lost strength at the top since my surgery, and I 100% healed and all of that. So I don't like that part. Those are things that people don't tell you when you get surgery. You just kind of have to live by trial and error. So not a fan of that part of my life. So I try to lift a little bit of weights. And then, like I said, the Peloton. I got a treadmill in my garage I need to get fixed because they broke it somehow when we moved. So I've been saying I'm going to get that fixed, and I am, because I enjoy going for a run. I did take Ozempic for a while. I would say not like a long time, maybe how many? I think was it 2 months or 3 months? I think 3 months. I did it for 3 months. I did lose weight. And I what I didn't like about it was the constipation. Like, I'm just being honest with you guys. It was like maybe using the bathroom like once a week. And when you use the bathroom, it was just not pleasant. Like, you can drink all the water you want. I can make, digestive shots. I can make a smoothie that I can make on any given Sunday and would go to the bathroom right away. Juice, apple juice or grape juice, and will go to the bathroom right away. But on Ozempic, I don't give a damn what you did. It's like your body gonna go to the bathroom when you go to when they want to go to when it wants to go to the bathroom. And I didn't like the once a week bowel movement. And then also I didn't like the way it made me feel, like so tired, so fatigued. Just like, I remember one time I was with SOS, and he was like, "What's wrong with you? Like, you seem like you moving like a fucking zombie." And I didn't want to say that I was on Ozempic because he was just like so against it. And like, we were just out getting a bite to eat, and it was just like, I wanted to have fun, but I just could not, because I could not get myself back. I just felt like I was just out of control, and I was in like a slump. And that was like, I would do the shot on a Monday, and by Friday, it was just like, I just didn't like the way it made me feel. But like I said, I did lose some weight. And even now, still been off it for a couple months. My appetite is still kind of similar like when I was on it, because you can just eat like a couple bites and then you're full. So here I am, like months off of it, and still like feeling the effects of it. Bread definitely doesn't work well with Ozempic, based on my experience. Like, even like recently I tried to eat some French toast, and it was just like, oh, like the bread, it just doesn't. And also alcohol. Like, I'm not a drinker, but maybe I wanted a glass of champagne. But like, if you took your shot, like the first couple of days on your shot fresh, like, alcohol just doesn't mix. So yeah, that's where we are when it comes to my fitness. Still juicing, still trying to not go to Starbucks as much to get my green matcha, 3 pumps of vanilla with oat milk, grande. But I'm a work in progress, and I need to take it more serious. I really do. But oh man, it's hard. I'm not gonna tell you it's not hard. Anyway, all right. As far as like my friends are still the same. My circle is so small. It's a triangle. Like, my besties are doing good, being themselves. Travis is a breast cancer survivor. Thank God for sparing him every single day. Love him, endlessly. My best friend Viola, she used to style me when I used to have to travel a lot and, speaking engagements. She was heavy on, and then she just decided she didn't want to do it anymore. So she's still not doing it. Even if I send her something and ask her, what do you think? She's like, you know how to dress. You can, like, she is just unbothered. So just out of touch with helping with fashion. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. My group chat, let me see. Ty is still Ty, traveling everywhere, just living her best life with her family, doing what she loves. And, the girls in the group chat, we're just still having, an amazing time in the group chat, hoping and praying it never gets leaked, because you guys will never see us the same. But, yeah, my friends are good. I have some besties too, some male besties, and I'm gonna tell you that they are just being themselves. That's all I'm gonna say. In a nutshell, I don't even have to say their names, but everybody's good. Thank God everybody's good. My family, oh my God, where do I get started? My Nana, she's the only living grandparent that I have. Love her to death. She has the sweetest hugs. She is now in need of a third hearing aid. I bought her two in between the years and she can't find them. She never even used them, I don't think. And my mom had the audacity to call me and say, your Nana needs another hearing aid. And in my mind, I'm like, hell no. Like, I'm not buying another hearing aid for Nana because she didn't use the first two. And my mom's like, just buy. No, I'm not doing it. No, you're not going to punk me to do it. So she still can't hear that well. We are yelling and screaming when we talk to her. So other than that, Nana's doing good, still watching her Alaskan shows and drinking her coffee. My mom, those of you that know me, that know my mom, she's a ball of fun, but she's a ball of fire. She fell. She had a fall. She hurt her shoulder really bad. She ended up having to get surgery. So she's wearing a sling. And she fell in a restaurant, actually. So not sure what's coming of that. It was raining. They didn't have a sign up. She walked in and she fell. They didn't do a good job of making sure the water was always up, and she took a fall, and the restaurant manager was very nasty to my mom. Very, very nasty to my mom. And I don't even eat at that particular chain restaurant anymore. It was actually Chipotle. And she fell and she hurt herself. And like I said, she had to get surgery. So she's just, kind of taking it easy now. But she's doing like Uber and Lyft and DoorDash. Just being herself, just trying to keep herself busy. She enjoys it because she gets to meet people and talk to people. Sometimes she gets bad reviews because she's late, because she gets a little discombobulated with, like she's not good with directions. So I'm telling you, she'll call me like yelling and screaming, like, because I track my mom. So she's like, can you tell me where I'm at? Like, I don't know. It's just like, and she'll be like, oh shit, I can't even see the damn road. Like, I don't know. My mom she is just freaking hilarious. My brother, my youngest brother, he's, baby brother is baby brother. And I'm just going to leave it at that. He's expecting a child number 4, I think next month. So he'll have 2 boys, 2 girls. My cousin Dave lives, closer now. So he's working every day. He's a contractor. So he's enjoying his life. I'm super proud of him. And everybody knows how I feel about, the people in my family that I love and I rock with, and they rock with me. And I would say, don't let the necessary occur. If that was a person, it would definitely be him. I've seen him in action, and we have a bond like no other. Even though we're cousins, we're more like brothers and sisters because our parents were siblings. And his father passed away when we were like 8 and 10. And my mom has been, like just like his second mom. His mom passed away a couple years ago. So it is what it is. I love him like no other. My siblings, they're being themselves. The baby is the brat, of course. And then my other brother is, siblings are siblings. And I have some cousins that are like siblings as well. Like, as far as my family goes, like, just in a nutshell, without having to, call anybody out, I love my family, and I hope my family knows how much I love them. And when you rock with me, I'm rocking with you, and we're gonna rock this thing out. My aunts and uncles, like I don't have to get into all of that, but I love my family. And that's all you need to know. My love life, going into year 2 into this divorce. So like I said, it's costing a gazillion dollars, costing me a gazillion amount of dollars. And I'm just, I'll talk about it later on. But yeah. And let me ask you a question, you guys. How do you guys feel about dating during a divorce? Or do you feel like you should wait until after the divorce is over? I wanna get some feedback on that because I want to know what you guys think. All right. Most important part of my life, my kids. Most important part of my life, my kids. I have a 12-year-old and a 9-year-old now. So I have a preteen. He just turned 12, and he talks about puberty a lot. Like, just like, mommy, like, is my voice getting deeper? Do I have hair under my arms? Like, he's like in a hurry to go through puberty. And I'm just like, no. He wants to like be more responsible, even though he has been. But let me see, like, he cuts up his own pancakes now. He makes up his own bed. Like, I don't have to tell him to put on deodorant and, things that I used to have to be on him about. But I made like a sticky notes in the bathroom on each of their side, like what to do in the morning. And like I told him, like, it becomes a habit. But he's into girls. When he gets out of school, he wants to walk to the library for me to pick him up. And I'm like, no, because cars are coming in and out of the car riders line. Like, I don't know. He's trying to be independent, and I'm trying to like keep holding his hand. And I'm trying. Trust me, I'm trying. Me and my best friend laugh about it because I'm like, he's acting like he don't even need me anymore. And I don't like it. Like, I came back home from dropping him off, and it's like a routine. I get back home, make up their beds and stuff. Like, he had already made up his own bed, and I'm just like, I feel some type of way. Like, do you feel like you're grown? You don't need me anymore? So it's probably me. But and the cutting up of his own pancakes really like sent me like you really trying to grow up on me. Yeah. And so let me give you guys a funny story. So he wanted to play basketball. He's been saying he's been wanting to play basketball for a while. And he didn't get to go to basketball camp this summer because of the visitation. Like, his dad, we were on a week on, week off schedule. So he couldn't even go to basketball camp. And I'm a little upset about that. He's a little upset about that because he didn't make the team when he tried out. But like I said, I did everything I could. When he got his physical, got him stuff so he can wear to the tryouts and everything. And we did a prayer and everything. Like, I was so delusional because I've never seen my baby play basketball before. Like, I don't even know if he knows how to dribble. Like, I don't even know. But I did everything so my baby can go in there and try out for the basketball team. And so day 1 of the tryouts, I told him, baby, you go in there and you do your best. Like, you do the best that you can and you give it all you got. And so tryouts was at 6:30, and by 7 o'clock, my baby was walking out, him and a couple other guys. And I could tell that he did not make the team. And I was pissed. Like, me and his little brother, me and Carter were pissed because it's like, how you not let my baby join the team? Like, he could have got better. And it's like, you ain't even let him make it through the whole tryout. Like, what kind of camp y'all running here? Like, that is not right. But I will say this about my child. He went in there with courage and bravery and confidence. Even though he didn't know how to play, he didn't let that stop him from going to give his all. And he was sweating and everything. And then he got in the car and I was like, what happened, baby? And he was like, they told me I can't come back. And I'm like, what you mean you can't come back? He was like, yeah, they told me I can't come back. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like, well, what happened? And he was like, Mommy, I just didn't make the team. And I'm telling you, me and Carter was pissed. But that's just my little Lululemon, whatever. Because they could have let my baby get on that team, because he could have got, but they don't know what could have happened in the last hour and a half of tryouts. Like, seriously. So now he's like on this kick, this health kick, like, he wants to work out every day and, prepare himself. Because I said, you will be on that team next year, and you will be dominating that court. But a lessons learned to him is that if you want something, you got to work for it. You just don't wake up one morning and be LeBron James or Michael Jordan. You got to put in the work. You got to train. You got to exercise. You got to make sure you're eating right. Like, you got to always be active. You can't be, because he has a PS5 and an Xbox, so he kind of plays both. Like, you can't come home, do your homework, go to karate, come home and play the game for 15-20 minutes. No, you got to be active. And the same thing in karate as well. They're yellow belts now, so I'm super excited for that. But like, even with karate, you got to train, like, they're at home, like, practicing with each other, keeping each other accountable. But I'm like, you got to do that for basketball too. But in his defense, I got to get him around other little boys that play basketball, because he was walking into the tryouts with a young guy, and I could tell he was a basketball player, and I can look at him and tell, like, he plays. And of course he did make the team, but I told QJ, you just gotta play more. That's how you learn. You gotta play more. So I reached out to this coach here where we live at. He does one-on-one. So we're gonna do that, get the basketball goal and stuff put in. And I played basketball in high school, but that was so long ago. But as far as the basics and the fundamentals, I can help him with that. And I'm going to do the best that I can. But he will be ready next year, and he will be in basketball camp this summer, no doubt, by any means necessary. So that's the oldest one. The youngest one, of course, he's a yellow belt as well. And I don't even know where to begin with him. This is the most, how do I say this? I don't even know how to say this politically correct, but he is the most unique 9-year-old I've ever come in contact with in my life. He is the most honest. Like, he doesn't even think before he says anything. And I was talking to my best friend about it, and I'm like, I don't know if you noticed, that he's that way. Like, and she's like, no, he's always been this way. And I can't say what she said, but Carter Drew, still has his lizards. He has a fish now. I had a fish too. My fish died. Doing good in school. He's just, man, he's just Carter. Like, he is just being Carter. And that's all I can say. He loves hard. He's very protective. He's our bodyguard. Like, he's gonna let you know, like, don't mess with my brother, don't mess with my mom. Like, he is definitely the bodyguard of the house. And very protective, very abrupt. I found a sign on his door. It said no moms allowed, no mom allowed. And I asked him, and he said, yeah, I did it because you kept making me write my sentences over. And he was letting me know that he wasn't a big fan of that. And he doesn't have a problem with letting you know how he feels. And it's like talking to the oldest one is like a breath of fresh air. But when you talk to Carter, it's just like, God, what did I do wrong in my life? Like, what are you punishing me for? Oh, God, but he's the sweetest thing ever. At the same time, he's going to hug you every night and tell you he loves you, and he's going to rub my arm until he falls asleep. He's going to get right up under me if I'm on my computer doing work or personal or, for my job. He's going to get right up under my arm, and I'm just going to have to type with one arm. using one arm and one hand to type, because that's how he's gonna go to sleep. So, they are the most important thing in my life on this earth. So yeah, that's where we are right now. I know you guys probably don't want to hear this, but it's kind of like talking about my health. But 43 with a period. Whew, my God, that's all I'm gonna say. It is the most emotional roller coaster, and I should have put. I just thought about it just now. I should have put this with the health part, just an update. Like 43 with a period is insane. It's crazy. The cramps at 43, the mood swings. Like the week before, I am like the most, I don't even want to be around me the week before my period comes. Like, it's terrible. Like, I'm talking about mad at the people at Starbucks for not having oat milk. Like, just will black out on anybody. And my kids know, they're like, Mommy, is it that, that thing that comes? Like, because they know, like, all right, she gonna be off the chain this week. But then, and the week of, it's like, I'm just a little fatigued and tired. It's heavy. And then the week after that is like the best week. I'm like the nicest person you ever want to meet. And then the next week, your body's preparing for it to come back again. So really, you only get one good week as a woman, right? Seriously, when you still get a period, it's crazy. So, but anyway, I just wanted to get that out there. So if you can relate and you feel my pain, let's talk about it. People say, oh, you may have fibroid. Nope, I've been checked for fibroids so many times. None of that. I don't have any of that. It's just, I don't know. I guess it's just life. I don't know. But yeah, that's the current events in my life, keeping you guys updated. I hope all of you are well. Thank you for rocking with me, Kimaleons, from day one. And those of you that are hearing my voice for the very first time, thank you. Make sure you share this podcast. You guys, the numbers are just the numbers are climbing, and I owe it all to you. Thank you for rocking with me, and also I got to give myself some credit too for never giving up, no matter what life throws at me. I keep swinging. I come out swinging, and I may get a home run sometimes, and I may get a strike, or I may get a foul, but I'm definitely gonna keep swinging on this thing called life. So I would say the say what moment, guys. Oh goodness. It has to be about my Delulu when it comes to the reality of my baby trying out for the basketball team. But I want to ask, are you guys that delusional too when it comes to your kids, or are you not? And if you are that delusional, are you aware of your delusion? So that's the say what moment, guys. Share with me your thoughts. And also don't forget about, I want to get your feedback of dating while going through a divorce. Do you wait for the divorce to be final, or are you dating during the divorce? Because I've heard both, right? But I want to get your feedback. I want to get your thoughts, and let's talk about it. Until the next time, Kimaleons, I love each and every one of you. And I always ask you, if you see someone that needs a smile, please give them one of yours. All right? I love you. Bye.
Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know? Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know?